my dear learners, for this course on Design of Machine Elements 1. In our previous lecture, I have concluded our discussions on axial and impact loading. So in today's lecture, we will be discussing problems on bending and impact loading. Let us solve our problem number 3 on design for impact strength. A beam of 400 mm depth I section is resting on two supports 5 meter apart. It is loaded by a weight of 8 kilonewtons falling through a height of 20 millimeters and striking the beam at midpoint. Moment of inertia of this section is 12 into 10 to the power of 7 millimeter per 4. Take Young's modulus as 2 into 10 to the power of 5 megapascals. Determine impact factor, instantaneous maximum stress, instantaneous maximum deflection, and instantaneous maximum load. So if you observe, we have a simply supported beam whose cross section is I. Let us solve the problem. If I list out the data given, we have a simply supported beam for problem number 3 whose cross section area is I section, to which there is a load W falling from a height of 20 millimeters. The magnitude of the load is 8 kilonewtons. The span length of this simply supported beam is 5 meters, which is nothing but 5000 millimeters. It is striking exactly at the midpoint, and he has given the moment of inertia of this section. Area moment of inertia is 12 into exponential 7 millimeter per 4 to the power of 7. Take Young's modulus as 2 into 10 to the power of 5 megapascals. So no conversion is required. So he is asking us to calculate impact factor, instantaneous maximum stress. So since it is a bending case, we should calculate sigma B dash, instantaneous maximum deflection Y dash, and instantaneous maximum load W dash. So dash stands for instantaneous or impact quantities. Now, as I said, the procedure to solve problems on axial and impact loading or bending and impact loading remains same. The first point is to determine the impact factor, where the formula of impact factor remains same for both axial and impact loading condition and bending and impact loading condition, but the static deflection or static deformation present in the equation of impact factor varies. For axial and impact loading conditions, static deformation is equal to FL by AE, whereas for bending and impact loading conditions, the static deflection is taken from table 1.4 present in page number 15 of our design data handbook. So now moving for solving the problem, let us determine impact factor. So if I find the impact factor, you know the formula for impact factor. If you have forgotten, you can refer equation 2.26 of our design data handbook. The impact factor is given by 1 plus root of 1 plus 2h by static deflection. Since we are solving problem on bending condition, the deflection equation should be taken from data handbook, referring to page number 15, referring to table 1.4 of our design data handbook. For SSP loaded centrally, we have static deflection given by FL cube by 48 EI. So this is standard equation. As a mechanical engineer, one should know the maximum deflection for a simply supported beam loaded centrally. Now you know all the values, substitute and calculate the value of Y. Finally we will get the value of impact factor. So if I substitute and solve, I will get the value of static deflection Y is equal to 8 into 10 to the power of 3 into length is 5000 FL cube by 48 EI 2 into 10 to the power of 5, and moment of inertia is given to us 12 into 10 to the power of 7. So if I solve, I'll get the value of static deflection as, so static deflection is 0.86 millimeters. So therefore the impact factor will be 1 plus root of 1 plus 2h, that is 2 into 20 by y 0.86h. If I solve, I'll get the value as, impact factor for this problem is 1 plus root of 1 plus 2 into h by y 0.868, which is equal to 7.8617. So this is the impact factor for the given problem number 3. So once you find out the impact factor, he is asking us to calculate the instantaneous maximum bending stress. So we know formula for instantaneous values. So instantaneous bending stress is equal to static bending stress into impact factor. So static bending stress formula is already known to us, which is m by z or m into c by I. So if I solve for bending stress, I'll get the value as, which is equal to m into c by I multiplied by impact factor. So now c is the distance of the outer fiber from neutral axis. He has given the value of depth of the I section, the beam of 400 mm depth. So he has given the depth as 400 mm. So therefore c is d by 2. So 400 by 2 will become 200. C value is 200. Now for bending moment for simply supported beam loaded exactly at the center, we know formula for maximum bending moment. If you don't know, refer the same page and table of our design data handbook to get the maximum bending moment. So from design data handbook, referring to page number 15 of table 1.4, SSB loaded centrally, we have maximum bending moment as FL by 4. So therefore, substituting all the values and solving, I will get the value of instantaneous bending stress as, value of M is WL by 4. W is 8 kilonewtons, 8 into 10 to the power of 3 into L is 5000 by 4 is the value of M into C. C is D by 2, that is 400 by 2 is 200 divided by I is area moment of inertia given for us 12 into 10 to the power of 7 multiplied by impact factor, that is 7.8617. So therefore the value of sigma b dash or instantaneous maximum bending stress will be 131 megapascals. So we have calculated both impact factor and instantaneous maximum bending stress. Moving for instantaneous maximum deflection, we know instantaneous quantities is equal to static quantities into impact factor. Therefore y dash is equal to y into impact factor. Y dash is equal to, deflection is known to us, static deflection 0.868 into impact factor is 7.8617. So if I solve, I will get the instantaneous maximum deflection as 0.868 into 7.8617, which gives us the value as 6.824 millimeters. Now finally, instantaneous maximum load is static load into impact factor. So W dash is equal to, he has given the load as 8 kilonewtons, 8 into 10 to the power of 3 into impact factor is 7.8617. And get the value of instantaneous maximum load as 8 and 10 to the power of 3 into 7.8617, which is equal to 62893.6 newtons. 62893.6 newtons. So this is the complete solution for problem number 3, wherein which we had a simply supported beam of I cross section to which a load of 8 kilonewton is falling exactly at the center from a height of 20 millimeters. The span length is given as 5000 millimeters and depth of the I section is 400 mm. Apart from that, we know the value of moment of inertia and Young's modulus. He has asked us to calculate the value of impact factor, maximum instantaneous bending stress, maximum instantaneous deflection, maximum instantaneous load. As we all know, to solve problems on impact loading, the very important parameter is impact factor. So now the formula for impact factor remains same for axial and impact cases or bending and impact cases. The only difference is the static deflection and static deformation present in this equation varies. Whereas for axial impact loading case, the static deformation is given by FL by AE, which we have learned during our study in mechanics of materials. Whereas for impact and bending cases, bending and impact loading cases, static deflection should be taken from design data handbook because it varies for various loading conditions and various beams. So here we have SSP loaded centrally. For SSP loaded centrally, the static deflection is given by FLQ by 48 EI. So use this to find the value of impact factor. I found the value of impact factor as 7.8617. Once I know the value of impact factor, then it is very easy. Multiply impact factor to static quantities to get the instantaneous quantities. I know formula for static bending stress, that is MC by I. I calculated the value of static bending stress and multiplied to the impact factor. I got the instantaneous bending stress. Similarly, I know the static deflection multiplied with impact factor to get the instantaneous maximum deflection. Similarly, I know static load multiplied with impact factor will get the instantaneous maximum load. So this is the solution for problem number 3. Let me pause this video for a while so that you people can copy it out. So once you finish, let us move on for problem number 4. Now moving to solve problem number 4. Problem number 4 of our discussion on design for impact strength states that a steel cantilever beam of rectangular cross section is loaded 400 mm from the support. The width of the beam is 50 millimeters and depth is 20 millimeters. Determine the maximum bending stress in the beam when a weight of 100 Newton is dropped on the beam through a height of 5 millimeters. Take Young's modulus as 210 GPa. So if you observe problem number 4 is on cantilever beam. So since the problem is on cantilever beam, we are discussing bending and impact stress. Now coming for the pictorial representation of the given problem, problem number 4, we have an cantilever beam fixed at one end and free at another end at a length of 400 millimeters. He has given the cross section. The cross section of the beam is 15 mm wide and 20 mm deep. As we all know, depth of the beam should be higher than the width, and it is correct here also. Determine the maximum bending stress of the beam when the weight of 100 Newton is dropped. So weight of 100 Newton is dropped from a height of 5 millimeters. Take Young's modulus as 210 GPa. And he is asking us to calculate the value of instantaneous maximum bending stress. Sigma B dash is what he is asking. Now to solve the problem, the procedure remains same. We should calculate the impact factor, multiply the impact factor to static bending stress to get the instantaneous maximum bending stress. Now moving to solve the problem, we know that impact factor is given by 1 plus root of 1 plus 2h by y, where y is static deflection. In this case, I should take the maximum deflection for cantilever being loaded at free end. So now, moving for design data handbook, referring to table 1.4 for cantilever beam with end load, the static deflection, maximum static deflection is given by FL cube by 3EL. Now you know all the values. I is BD cube by 12 because we have a rectangular cross section. So therefore, if I substitute, I will get the static deflection as load is 100 Newton, length is 400, FL cube by 3 into E is 210 into 10 to the power of 3 megapascals into moment of inertia for a rectangular cross section is BD cube by 12. So B is 15, D is 20, BD cube by 12 is the area moment of inertia for a rectangular cross section. So therefore, static deflection for the given problem will be 100 into 400 cube, FL cube by 3 E. So static deflection is 1.0159 millimeters. Now, since I calculated the value of static deflection, I can find the impact factor. So impact factor will be 1 plus root of 1 plus 2 into h is 5 mm divided by static deflection is 1.0159. So if I solve, I will get the impact factor as 1 plus root of 1 plus 2 into h is 5, 2h by y 1.0159. Impact factor is 4.2929. Since I calculated the value of impact factor, I can find the instantaneous maximum bending stress. We know that instantaneous maximum bending stress is equal to static bending stress into impact factor, where static bending stress is given by m into c by I into impact factor. Now the value of m for simply supported beam with for cantilever beam with end load is F into L. So therefore, sigma B dash bending moment is F into L for cantilever beam, referring to same table number 1.4 of page number 15 present in our design data handbook written by K. Mahadevan and Balveer Reddy. We are referring 4th edition. So F into L, force is 100 newtons, L is 400, that will gives us the value of bending moment. C is D by 2, so 20 by 2 is 10 divided by area moment of inertia is BD cube by 12, so it is B D cube by 12 into impact factor is 4.2929, where from design data handbook referring to page number 15 table 1.4 we have for cantilever beam with end load bending moment is Fl. Whereas the area moment of inertia I is BD cubed by 12, whereas the value of C is D by 2. So I calculate the value of instantaneous maximum bending stress, which is equal to 100 into 400 into 10 into impact factor is 4.2929 divided by BD cube by 12. The answer is 171.716 megapascals. So this is the solution for the given problem. Problem number 4. We have calculated the impact factor and multiplied the impact factor to static bending stress to get the instantaneous maximum bending stress. So this completes our discussion on design for impact strength. So in design for impact strength, we have derived the expression for axial and impact loading case, and we have solved problems on axial impact loading conditions. And also we have derived impact stress expression for bending and impact loading condition, and we have solved problems on bending and impact loading conditions. So that's all from this lecture. From next lecture we will be heading to start our discussion on design for fatigue strength. Thank you all.